Dear students, welcome back. This is the second week of online classes. Today we will complete the inheritance chapter that we started the last week. But before I start discussion on inheritance, I hope that all of you have seen the course plan. This is the course plan. Let me open that for you. It is quite important for you all to understand how we will move forward in the online lectures. So here is the course plan. As you all are clear that in the theory part we have already assessed here 25 marks, 20 through midterm exam and 5 marks through quizzes and online assignment. The remaining 75% will be assessed 22nd mid that I will conduct online. Then 8 will be for online quizzes, 8 for online programming assignment, that will be most of them will be on virtual programming lab, and 14 for the course project. I will upload a separate document that will explain the course project. Don't worry about that for the time being, just focus on what I am sharing with you. This course project thing we'll start discussing in April. And then final exam will be of 25 marks. Remember, this final exam will again be online if you people are unable to come back by first week of June. It may be face to face if you people are here. Once you I hope that things will improve and will be able to come back to our beautiful campus. Similarly, on the lab side, you can see 15 marks. Sir Khalid has already assessed 10 through first mid exam and 5 through your lab performance, and then 35 marks will be assessed online. 10 will be for lab task submission, 10 for second mid, and 15 for the final exam. So the way we will take this course further, we are actually three, myself, Sir Khalid and Sir Atif. Sir Atif is a faculty member at our Khairpur campus. We almost welcome to our new colleagues. More than 17 students are going to join us in this online object-oriented programming course. All these 17 students and Atif, they will be our new colleagues. They will be with us in this exciting journey of learning object-oriented programming. So you can see here I have set a complete course plan. Almost every week we'll be making this video lecture available on Tuesday, and then on Tuesday I will come for the Zoom session from 10 to 12, and then by Tuesday Sir Saif and Sir Atif, they will be uploading lab task, and on Wednesday Sir Khalid will come for 2 hours Zoom session and Sir Atif will come on Thursday for 2 hour Zoom session. And then on every Friday for the theory part, you will have a programming assignment that will carry 1 mark. That will be on every Friday, and on every Thursday there will be quiz from the lecture of that week. And for the lab part, the submission of lab task will be due on every Saturday. That will carry 1 mark. So you can see we have kind of given you complete plan how we'll move forward. I request everybody, I request all these students to go through this document which I have already uploaded on our LMS, as well as I shared with you on the WhatsApp group. Thank you Naveed and other guys who are actively managing our WhatsApp group, because that's providing a very good communication platform. Those who have not joined WhatsApp group, I urge them to contact with Naveed. He should be able to aid you on the WhatsApp group, because many announcements I'll be doing on WhatsApp group as well. Okay, so coming back to the topic where we left previously, the inheritance. Today we will learn multi-level inheritance. Now multi-level inheritance, if you see this example, let me copy this here. When you see this, we have a class mammal which is driven from animal, and human is driven from mammal. So this is multi-level inheritance. When you have got more than two classes in same hierarchy. When I say hierarchy, I mean the superclass and subclass relationship. You can see here in this hierarchy we have got superclass animal, then there is subclass of mammal, which is kind of child of this parent of animal, and then human, which is actually a child of mammal, a subclass of mammal. But when you see to this hierarchy, this is human is a kind of related to animal in a grandpa and grandson relationship. So human is a kind of grandson of animal, or animal is a grandparent of human. And you know, this level of hierarchy, you can go to any depth. As long as you can manage it, you can go at any depth. Java does not apply any restriction. You can have maybe one superclass and then a multi-level hierarchy of 100 classes. Not a problem for Java, but again, you know, you have to see that if you can manage that depth or not. But the multi-level inheritance means when you have got more than two classes in the same hierarchy. Like here, we have got animal, animal subclass is mammal, mammal subclass is human, and then human can also have subclasses. Like human can have a subclass of good human and bad human, and then good human can have more subclasses human from religion, human from daily life, or bad human can be criminal, bad human can be, you know, anything. So the depth of hierarchy can be any value as long as the human can manage it. Okay, now let us try to implement this hierarchy. What I am doing, I am going to open Notepad. So first let us create this animal class animal, right, and then let us create this mammal class mammal, right, and then let's create class human, right. Okay, I'm making a mistake. This mammal is actually extending from animal, right, and then human is extending from mammal, right. Now remember, because human is extending from mammal, it means that anything which we have inside mammal except the private member variable and private function is accessible to human. And because mammal is extended from animal, it means that human will have access to everything that is coming from animal too. It means that this animal will have all the capabilities of mammal as well as those capabilities which are coming from animal, right. So in this case we have got two functions in animal. One is eat, other is sleep. An animal, maybe this is an action, public void eat. Now because we don't know which animal we are talking about, so obviously we cannot fill this body at this stage, we cannot fill this body. Or maybe I should also have a string I can call it food, right, which is initially null because I don't know which animal I'm talking about. So obviously I don't know what that animal eats, right. Okay, eat, I can write here a string, maybe I say food, and then this dot food equal to food, right. Okay, so this is the first method, and the second method is sleep. So I say public void sleep, right, and we need to write maybe a double here, and that actually stores number of hours that this animal sleeps. So presently we don't know which animal we are talking about, so obviously initial value is 0, right. So number of hours, right, equal to whatever I get here, this, right, and then double number, okay, I can call it NUM, and because I have written a different variable name, so I don't write this, right? Okay, so this animal class have got two functions, two methods. The first method is to explain what animal eats, and this method will be doing nothing. This will, whenever call, it will be setting the value for the food, right? So if it is called for say for example horse animal, you know horse eats grass, so we'll be passing grass, so that the value for the food should be grass, right? uh, and then this is public void sleep, how many hours this animal is going to sleep. So if we are talking about human, we should write here 8, because we normally sleep from 8 to 10 hours, unless you are from BS CS or software engineering 2. You people sleep only for 2-3 hours, so during class time you are always sleeping, eh? But thanks to Corona, now you have got this freedom to sleep at any time. Anyway, coming back to here, so when we come to mammal, which is extending from animal, you know these two methods are already defined. We don't need to redefine them. This is the beauty of inheritance, reusability. Now the third one is breastfeed, right? The third one is breastfeed. So we can write here a boolean breastfeed, yes, equal to, initially we keep it false, right? And then we say public void breast feed boolean, I call it B, and then I say this breastfeed equal to B, right? So probably if you are talking about a female animal, we will keep this value true, otherwise we'll keep this value false. So when we are creating an object for a man, this value should be false, and when we are creating object for a woman, then this should be true, right? Okay, similarly, I mean you can see here this is mammal, and then we create object for human, right? And human is extended from mammal, and this has got you know, eat is already available, sleep is already available from animal, because human is extending from mammal and mammal is extending from animal. It means that these two methods which are public are available to human by default. You don't need to recreate them. As I told you earlier, this is beauty of inheritance, to reuse the code which you have already declared in the base class. Similarly, this breastfeed, which is coming from the mammal, it is also accessible to human, because human is being extended from mammal, right? Additionally, human is going to have two more methods. One is speak, other is walk, right? So I can write here maybe a string language equal to, initially we don't know who we are talking about, so we say null, right? And then double 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 walking speed, right? I can write here maybe initially 0, initially it is 0, but this will actually kind of store a value which tells us how fast a man or woman can walk, right? Okay, so this method of speak, I call it public void speak, and this will be passing a language value. So I say language equal to L, language equal to L. Similarly, I say walking speed equal to, oh no, I should not write it here, I should have a separate method for that, right? So I can write here public, and the method name is walk, right? Public void walk, right? And then I say a double WS for walking speed, right? So I can write here walking speed equal to WS, right? So now we have this complete hierarchy created, except let's also create reptile, eh? So we are going to create another class we are going to create another class. We call it reptile, and that extends from where? The animal, right? That extends from animal. And now obviously, because reptile is extended from animal, so it can access eat and sleep. Remember, it cannot access breastfeed. Remember, it cannot access speak and walk because it is not in this hierarchy. This mammal is sibling of reptile. A sibling cannot have access to property of another sibling. A sibling can have access to property of their parent but not the sibling. It means that a reptile can access eat and sleep, but reptile cannot access breastfeed, reptile cannot access speak and walk. And that makes sense because we know that reptiles, they cannot speak, right? And they cannot walk. They only crawl, right? So that is the reason why we have got this third method. Two methods are coming from animal, and this third crawl method is coming from reptile itself. So we say that reptile is extending from animal, and maybe I can write here a double. This is crawling speed, right, equal to initial 0. We don't know. So public void crawl, right, and then we are going to get a double that will give us the speed value for crawling of that particular reptile, right? Okay, so we complete this hierarchy. Now we have completed this hierarchy. Now we have created these 4 classes. Animal, which is going to eat and sleep, right, with the appropriate member variable. And remember, the access modifier for these two is default, and all these classes are going to a default package with no name. It means that they are in the same package, right? And then we have got class mammal, which is extending from animal, and then it is additionally declaring a method breastfeed. And then we have got a human class, which is extending from mammal. It has got 2 additional methods, speak and walk, along with those methods which are coming from mammal. And because mammal is coming from animal, it means that this human has got access to all the methods coming from mammal as well as animal, right? Similarly, class reptile is extending from animal, so this has got access to the methods which are coming from animal, and then it is going to define its own method with the name crawl. Okay, great. Now let us do one thing. We are going to create a human public class. I call it animal demo, right? Okay, animal demo, and I've got public static void main string arg, right? Okay, now inside main method I create an object of class human, human. I'm going to create object of class human. Now I say human, say for example I say share, right? New human is a human, right? Okay, now we have created object of human. Now when I call this speak method, I can write here share dot speak English, right? Okay, and then I can access this method share dot speak, because this method is inside human class, and I can also call this method share dot walk, share dot walk, right? I say maybe 2 kilometers in an hour, maybe, not sure. Okay, so he can walk 2 kilometers, and then I'm going to also call another method share dot speak, walk, and breastfeed. Breastfeed. Right. So here I say share dot breastfeed. Breastfeed, the name of the method if it's capital. Breastfeed, this should be false, right? And then two methods which are coming from animal, which are sleep and eat, right? Eat food, sleep, number of hour, right? So I can write here share dot sleep. I usually sleep 8 hours. This is my good habit, I'm proud of. Share dot eat. I eat bread, right? I eat bread. Okay, great. uh, Eat the food, eh? Okay, now we have said everything for a human whose object reference is share, right? Now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a two-string method inside human. Inside human, I'm going to create a two-string method. By the way, this two-string method is coming from uh, object class. It's coming from java dot lang dot object. If you see this class, uh, this two-string class, this actually returns a string, right? And this method is declared in object class, and I'm going to override this method. Now the beauty of this two-string method, which I think I told you in your previous class as well, when you declare a two-string class for any class, and when you print object of that class, it will by default call that two-string method, right? So here is the signature of this method. It is public by default. Its return type is a string, and its name is two-string. What I'm going to do here, I say public string two-string, right? I say that whenever somebody is going to print object of class human, this method should be called, which is going to do nothing, just print all the member variable which are inside human as well as mammal and animal, right? And I'm expecting that this method will be called after all these values have been set. So I say system dot dot out dot println. First let's print animal thing, food and number of hours, right? So I say food equal to plus food plus number of hours, right, equal to plus number of hours is going to sleep, number of hours, right, number of hours, and then breastfeed, right? So plus breastfeed equal to breastfeed value, right? And then inside animal I've got language and walking speed. So I say language LAN language equal to plus plus LENGAGE language, right? And then the last member variable is walking speed. Walking speed equal to plus walking speed, right? If you just do not wrap, you can see food, then number of hours, right? Breastfeed, language, we are going to display everything, right? And walking speed. Obviously I'm missing this semicolon. Okay, so when you call this two-string method, it is doing nothing, it is just displaying all these member variable. And see the beauty of inheritance, because human class is extended from mammal. I'm displaying food, I'm displaying number of hours. You can see these are not here in this class, but they are coming from either mammal or from animal, and this is possible only because we have got inheritance, which is obviously one of the important principle of object oriented programming, right? So here now when I system dot out dot println share, by default, twisting method from human class will be called, right? So this is the twisting method which is going to display everything related to human. Okay, great. So you can see here we can have multi-level in hierarchy, multi-level inheritance, and in that case all the objects which are in a superclass, they will be accessible, as well as those classes which are super to the superclass, right? You know that name of this file should be animal demo, so I'm going to save it as animal demo. Codes quiz code 15 to 21 March. I think now we are in the next week, so I can write here new folder, March 23, March 23, March 23 to 29, right? Inside here I have a folder of code, and I call it animal demo.java, and I copy this part, right? Okay, now I run cmd, command prompt, yes. Okay, I should increase font size, make it 76. Okay, so java c, no, I need to first go to this directory on the E drive. I think 76 is too big, so make it 36. Okay, right. Okay, great. Java C animal, Java C CLS animal demo.java. There are many errors. What is the error? Public, it has to be public, and set breastfeed, right? Okay, breastfeed, breast, method breastfeed is here, public, right? It has to be public, cls java c human extending, not extending, it is extends, right? Animal, mammal, extends, right? Okay, cls java c error at system.out.println. Oh, this is here. You can see breastfeed. I have made a mistake here. Breastfeed. So this is inside twist string. Breastfeed here, right? Okay, cls java c. One more. A return statement is missing. Where? Cannot share dot not breastfeed, breastfeed, breast. Okay. Okay, right. Java C. One more return statement 48. End of where is that error? Missing return statement 48. Where is that error? Animal demo opening of main method, closing of main method, closing of class. This is okay. This one is also okay. Should not be an issue. This is okay. This is okay. Where is the error? Maybe I extra closing or what? Somebody help me. Where are you guys? I mean, this is the disadvantage of Corona. When you were with me in the class, you used to guide me. Here is the error. But now I feel alone. Let me check. I think there should be something wrong with this. No, not really. Let me check it. Okay, 40. Okay, this could be an error. Public class ML demo. Java C. This is 44 animal demo.java on 44. View status bar line 44. Here is line 44. This is line 44. Yeah, this is line 44. Okay, I think the problem is in this. System.out.println food equal to food, number of hours equal to number of hours plus breastfeed equal to breastfeed breastfeed, language equal to language plus walking speed equal to walking speed, and then kilos. What's wrong? Maybe if I comment it, let's see why. Opening and closing, extends mammal, come on. Human extends mammal, string, okay. Public void speak, yes. Closing, walk, public string to string to string maybe. Let's just do this. Yeah, there is a problem with this to string. There is a problem in to string. Oh, come on, I removed it. There is a problem in this to string method. No problem, I can write it again. Public string to string, right? Oh my god, it had to return, not to print. So return a string which says walking speed equal to plus walking speed plus the second one is language, so language equal to plus language plus, then the next thing is language, walking speed, breastfeed, right? So the next thing is breastfeed equal to plus breastfeed, then plus speak equal to plus speak, right? Breastfeed, speak, breastfeed, food and number of hours, this is language, not speak. Walking, language already there, okay, not speak, but two methods, I mean two member variable. One is food, other is number of hours. Food and number of hours. So food equal to food plus number of hours equal to number of hours. Okay. The mistake that I was making, I was printing here, whereas this toString method expects return type string. So you need to return the string that you want to be returned from the toString method. So that should have been a return statement rather than system.out.println. Right. So walking speed, I print walking speed, the one which is inside human walking speed. Then second is language, right? And then third is breastfeed, and fourth one is food, and then fifth one is number of hours that it is going to sleep. So walking speed, language, breastfeed, food, and number of hours. Okay, then Java C animal demo.java. Okay, no problem. This toString method has spoiled my lecture. No problem. Okay, right. Java animal demo. So you can see here walking speed is equal to 2.0, language equal to English, breastfeed equal to false, food equal to bread, and number of hours that I sleep is 8 hours. Right. So I hope in this lecture you have understood when you drive a class from another class which is driven from another class, this class will have, I mean the grandchild will have, the grandson will have access to all the properties of its father as well as from its grandfather. Right, so you can see here human had access to animal as well as access to mammal, and then we created an object of class Shay. We set all the values, and then we called toString method. You can see here I'm not actually calling toString method. This is beauty of Java. This is beauty of toString method. When you print a reference of an object, and the toString method in that class will automatically be called. So here, because share is a reference of human class, so toString method inside human class which we have just created has been automatically called, and it is doing nothing. It is going to return a string which I have created, and this string is actually displaying complete information about this human. Right. Okay, so I end this video here, and when I come back I will be discussing about when constructor are executed. Thank you very much.